Top lyricists were celebrated at the second annual Verse of the Year Awards, which aims to give recognition to artists who delivered the best verses in 2018. Now, the event was attended by over 150 industry leaders, music executives and artists. The top 10 lyricists were announced, and joining us right now is the organizer Slikour, as well as one of the winners, Touchline. Gentlemen, a very good morning to you and welcome.
Morning. How are you doing?
Now, I'm going to start with you, Slikour. These awards obviously add a different dimension in terms of recognizing our country's best. Why did you see it important to recognize the country's best in this way?
I think it's a nuance that it gets ignored because everybody looks at the mainstream success of music, but it's really made by the writers. It's like paying attention to the painter that's not as successful as the mainstream guy who's doing stuff for Gucci or I'm just naming them now.
Yeah, it's okay.
So it's really looking at the people who care for the craft, who eventually create the foundation for what happens in the mainstream. Yeah.
So do you get a sense that it sort of competes with the mainstream kind of music, or is it something slightly different?
It doesn't compete. I mean, there's a place for mainstream, but mainstream literally has all the funding. But there's the guys who really write well, but they probably are growing to become mainstream or will never ever get that platform. But you cannot not acknowledge those guys, especially us who say we are from the culture of writing. We must. Yeah. And we also from the culture of mainstream also.
Sure.
But we must also cover all bases, you know, because it's our thing. This culture is ours. Yeah.
Touchline.
Yes, sir.
Well done, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
You got 700 votes out of, online votes out of 4,000. That's a huge milestone. So what does that mean to you? How does that validate you as an artist?
I think it makes me feel very, very proud because so it makes you feel like the people are really rallying behind you and they relate to the music and the stories that you write. So when the people are loving your stuff, then that's more important than anything.
Right.
Sure.
How do you aim on taking this huge accolade, to boost or rather, to nurture your career?
Just take it one day at a time from here, I think what this award has done is that it opened, people's eyes to me, many people bebangangazi, but now more people are like, oh, okay, so this Touchline, let me give him a listen. So more than anything, it's just more exposure and more reason for people to check out what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Slikour, how do you unearth such talent? What's the criteria of the selection process?
Well, I mean, it's not even a case of unearthing. Touchline literally has been consistent sending us content on our platform, and obviously he's also been doing his own work on the ground also. I mean, you just don't have to be looking at one platform. But he's been doing a lot of work last year and linking with the right people at the same time. So by the time his name comes out, although he's not mainstream and a lot of people don't know him, the guys who are paying attention, even the fans who are paying attention to lyrics, they know him, or if they don't know him, they're like, hey, I've never heard this guy, and they react to him. So it's always nice when something fresh comes.
Sure.
But we always got to keep on listening to what's happening on the ground,
Yeah. Now, Touchline, let's talk deeply about your music and your inspiration beyond writing your own music. What drives you? My
life, number one. I look at the things that I've seen, that I've experienced, especially for Intwana Tembisa. That's the first thing for me. When you wake up, you see things happening, and you want to document. You wanna tell the stories in real time. And obviously driven by my own ambitions in life, how I see myself in the next 5 years, and that to me is very important. That drives, that dictates how much work I put in.
Yeah.
For instance, So,
where and how do you see yourself in 5 years? What can you expect from you?
Just impacting more lives, having the platform or having the opportunity to just impact more. Intwana Tembisa, Intwana from all the other different Kasis, in SA, and obviously, taking this rap thing, for me, I would like to go international, you know, competing at a global space, you know, because I feel like the talent is there. Just have to keep on pushing and take it there.
Absolutely. Now, Slikour, since the event was incepted, how has it grown? Because I see so much positive rave reviews on social media.
I mean, it's definitely developed, you know. It's a niche event, and I think we want to just do a little bit more like next year also. But it's niche, you know, like, you know, you want creating opportunities and to be seamless, you know. When the Touchline is sitting here, I never did much, but I just did what I love, you know what I mean? And it spills over. So even this event, like the website slickonlive.co.za, we just want everything to be seamless. We take it step by step, let it be honest and organic, and let it always reflect who we are and our hearts, because we're developing the industry the way we see it, and that's through opening doors seamlessly for things that we care about.
When you say you want to do things a little bit more next year, what does that mean? Are you going to adopt the same model, or are you going to do things differently and much better?
I think that like it's going to be the events. It could be better, bigger. There's a lot of learnings from this year and last year, and we're on our third year now. So, well, next year will be our third year. We really need to do a little bit more. There's a little bit more we got to do for it.
Are you getting the necessary buy-in from stakeholders, sponsors, perhaps?
I mean, we got a very good client. I mean, Hennessy, which I'll drop, because they consistently with us, and I think it'll be easier to get more guys like in the third year. We always get good coverage and media for this. So
right.
Yeah.
All right. Gentlemen.
Even though it's niche, you know.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
That was Slikour and Touchline talking to us about the Verse of the Year Awards, which took place earlier in the week in Johannesburg to give recognition to the country's best lyricists. This is Morning Live. Let's take a short break. All right.